Have you ever wondered how so many people want to be wealthy and financially independent, yet so few are? You're not crazy, by the way. I mean, the stats show that only 1% of people achieve financial independence in their lifetime, let alone build any sort of wealth. That means 99% don't. And there's a good reason for it. Bad strategy. We're all told our entire lives to go to college, get a job, and work, and save, avoid debt, invest in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds, and then just wait for compound interest to do its thing. Yet, the masses following this advice are left wanting more. Simply put, they're listening to the wrong people. You've got, and countless others just like them. I suppose there's a place for their advice in a sound financial plan, but it alone won't build wealth or financial independence while you're still young enough to enjoy it. If you're okay with the middle class life, dependent on a job, then listen to what they said. I'm not okay with that, however. Life is short, so I listen to what they said. If you'd like to build your wealth and financial independence faster, much faster, I'll tell you what they said. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the show because I post housing market updates, creative financing strategies, and faster ways to retire each and every week. And the quicker you learn, the quicker you earn. Let's go. Hi, my name is Matt Theriault, CEO of Epic Real Estate, where we show people how to invest in real estate so they can escape the daily grind and retire early. And you are watching this right now because that probably sounds pretty good to you, or at least having the option to retire early does. I did it, and for more than 10 years now, my private clients have been duplicating my results, like Brad and Parker, Mackenzie, Josh, Maura, Chris, Daniel, to name just a few, and it can all be traced back to going against traditional advice and listening to what they said. I've put together a list of 10 alternative ideas or underrated pieces of advice that I've either read or heard them say that have directly contributed to accelerating my wealth building and financial independence. If you like the idea of picking up the pace and building your own wealth, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and I'll jump right in. Number 1, know what's important to you. And although this requires the least amount of action, it's the most essential to the certainty of you becoming wealthy. And here's what I mean. That 99% of the people that I mentioned that aren't wealthy are that way because it's just not that important to them, despite what they have to say about that. It's just like everybody wants a flat stomach, yet the world is more obese today than it has ever been. And it's because people value leisure and eating over disciplined exercise and conscious food choices. To become wealthy, it must be important to you. You must value building wealth more than spending money. You must value serving others as much as you value serving yourself. You must value independence more than security.
Who here in this room has been really close to achieving a really important goal for yourself in your personal life, physically, financially, business, relationship, and you get real close to it and then you do something to screw it up? I guarantee you have values that are in conflict. So you're trying to do one thing while avoiding another.
If building wealth is important to you, type it in the comments. It's important to me. Number 2, take risks. Ignoring this one idea alone will put significant limits on yourself. Building wealth always involves risk. You can't steal second base and keep your foot on first. Risk, it freaks people out quite a bit, but understand that the world today is changing so fast that avoiding risk is the riskiest thing that you could do.
And my caution was always the risk. Risk used to drive me right up the wall. I used to say, what if this happens? It's called the language of the poor. What if this happens? And on top of that, if this was to happen, look at the fix I'd be in. I better not try. I could always ace myself out. Then I'll tell you what changed my whole life when I finally discovered it's all risky. The minute you were born, it got risky. If you think trying is risky, wait till they hand you the bill for not trying.
And now is the time to take risk.
But not just risk for the sake of taking risk, but calculated risk, educated risk. And that brings me to number 3. Invest in yourself. Income seldom exceeds personal development. Develop high income skills like sales, marketing, raising money, investing, public speaking, copywriting, and practice your skills. Practice as if you were practicing your golf swing or playing the piano with massive repetition. Make yourself good. Make yourself valuable. Wealth doesn't come as a reward for your time, but rather from the value you provide. Number 4, invest in your network. I've personally found no greater shortcut to money than being intentional about creating my environment, specifically the people that I associate with. Network and learn from people who have arrived at the destination that you're headed to. If you don't know anyone, buy your way in if you have to. I mean, invest in coaches, masterminds, clubs, whatever it takes. It's so important because you'll find that your conversations will change, your thoughts will change, your actions will change, your resources will change, of which leads to your opportunities changing. Number 5, leverage debt. Contrary to popular opinion, not all debt is bad. Debt used the right way will multiply your results. Wealthy people are wealthy because their money works as hard for them as they did for it. The more money you have to put to work, the greater the results you're going to get. But we're all limited by the amount of money that we have. But we're without limits by using the money of other people. It's like this. If you invest $20,000 and receive a 5% return, that's a $1,000 profit. But if I invest that same $20,000 and borrow $80,000 from bank and receive the same 5% return, that's a $5,000 return. There's a reason Mark Zuckerberg has a mortgage on his $7 million home. Elon Musk borrowed money to purchase all of his homes, and 495 of the Fortune 500 companies borrow money to operate. Leverage, it's a tool of the wealthy. Learn to use it, and then use it. Nelson Rockefeller famously said, "The secret to success is to own nothing, but control everything." By leveraging debt, you can control more, thereby receive more. Number 6, start a business. Because most jobs don't pay enough for you to save enough to build any type of real wealth. Traditional financial advice focuses so much on saving a nickel, when wealth is built by instead focusing on making a buck. And you have direct control over how many of those bucks you make when the business is yours. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Find a problem, solve it, and then charge for it. The more people you help, the more you will make.
Yeah, but Matt, don't most businesses fail?
The best advice to a small business owner, or for that matter, to a large business owner, is never stop thinking about how to delight your customer. Not to satisfy your customer, but to delight your customer. And when you wake up in the morning, start thinking about it. During the day, think about it. At night, think about it, and then dream about it. And no company's ever failed that had millions of delighted customers. And you start with them and you get them one at a time.
Number 7, stream your money. People think wealth and financial independence is a result of piles of money. Not always the case. In fact, that's probably the hardest and the slowest way to do it. If you want your independence faster, shift your focus from creating mountains of money to building streams of money. When your monthly stream of money flows in, whether you are working or not, that's true independence. And it doesn't take a lot of money to create that for yourself. As Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Number 8, pay yourself first. This could be the single most impactful piece of advice I've received over the last few years. You know, Warren Buffett has been saying it for as long as I can remember. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. It's a cardinal rule in budgeting and saving to pay yourself first. It's like this. Once any money hits your account, this wisdom has it that you should move some amount to savings, even before you pay the bills. Now, this isn't a new concept for me, but everything clicked and transformed my entire world when I read about how to automate it in Mike Michlowicz's book, Profit First. If you haven't read this one, and if you get nothing else from this video, get this book. Learn his system and implement what you learn. It's arguably one of the greatest wealth hacks of all time. Number 9, invest in real estate. Andrew Carnegie said, 90% of all millionaires become so through owning real estate. Louis Glickman said, the best investment on earth is earth. And Mark Twain said, buy land. They're not making any more of it. And the richest man to have ever walked this earth, John D. Rockefeller, said, the major fortunes in America have been made in land. When I heard what they said, who was I to argue? And after more than a decade of investing in real estate, I've come to know it as the final frontier, where the average person has a legitimate shot at creating real wealth. And here's why. You see, I've shared 9 different, what I consider underrated, under-discussed ideas around building wealth. And if you've already forgot some, I understand. Or if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by how much you have to remember to gain your financial independence, that makes total sense. But you can make it easy on yourself. Keep it simple and just buy income-producing real estate, because it checks all the boxes. There's enough risk involved to produce significant, worthwhile wealth-building rewards. And that risk can easily be managed through education. And you get that by investing in yourself. You will indirectly elevate your network almost instantly by just being involved. And leverage, it's available to the average person in real estate like no other investment. It is a business that solves a problem for people. I mean, everyone needs shelter. And it produces a monthly stream of money. The average person just doesn't stand a chance at building wealth or achieving financial independence unless they incorporate real estate in some way into their plan. Number 10, don't quit. Too few people even try. And so many of those that do try quit way too soon. Frustration, it's a part of the process. Once you've set out to build wealth and become financially free, expect it. So there they are, all 10 of them. Which one do you see yourself applying first for maximum impact? Share with me in the comments below, I wanna know. And who do you know that may also enjoy this? When their name comes to mind, please share this with them. Oh, and I pulled this video out special for you to watch next. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.